What is going on, guys? Pot of Gold here. Welcome back. Got some more RimWorld for noobs going on here. Gonna go ahead and hit play, get things started, get some power set up. Now you have a few options here. You can do the fuel generator, you can do the solar generator. Solar generator is usually the best bet for the beginning here. Put a couple outside. And then we'll want to put some batteries. These will need to go under a roof, because if they get rained on, we are screwed. Now, we don't necessarily have to build a structure over here to do that. Slow things down a little bit. We can just go ahead and go into Architect, go into Zone, and then we can expand Build Roof Area. And we can build a little roof over our battery area, and that should take care of that. We will also need to go back into Power and run some conduit from the batteries to the solar panels, and then to connect the solar panels to each other. We'll also want to run some into the walls here. And we will have to get a cooler set up to make this a refrigerator. Now see how it's blue and red? You can use Q and E to flip it either way. You want the blue on the inside and the red on the outside. Clearly, because one is blowing cold and the other is exhaust. Now we want to slap a door onto our little freezer area here, and we need to seal off this as well. Ideally, you may want to put a double door on here, but for now we should be okay. It's nice and small. We should be able to get away with it. And we do have a colonist that is currently idle. Now, this is another issue that you have. You have colonists who don't necessarily have anything to do at the moment. We can go ahead and go into work, and you have the little check boxes, and this is the very basic way to do it, and you can totally get by doing it, because I did for a very long time. And you can go ahead and just switch to manual priorities. Now this is based on a 4-to-1 scale, so 4 being the lowest priority and 1 being the highest. We want everyone possible to firefight, that is for sure. We want everyone to be a patient, because if they have a life-threatening illness or an injury, we need them to go to a medical bed so they can get treatment. Doctoring, we really only want people who can doctor doing so. We would like him to do it because it's 4, and we want to get someone, a secondary doctor. We need a nurse as well. You'd like to have your main doctor and then your nurse, We got our power set up, and as you can see, the yellow bar is filling up there because it's getting sunlight. We want bed rest to be at 3 because it's non-life threatening. We want our flick to be at 1 because this is just flicking light switches, any sort of power related things that we need to turn on and off. And it's used later in game when you have a bunch of things laid out. Warden, we kind of want, I wanted to stop things for a minute. Warden, we really want our talkers to be talking to our prisoners and stuff like that once we get them. It's not a full-time job, so it is something that I like to have as a higher priority. Handling is for the animals. We can go ahead and turn that up to a 2 for him. Cooking, we definitely want to cook. You're already kind of aware of hunting. We need our blacksmith to mine. We always want someone to kind of construct and grow. Cooking can probably be moved to a 2 for you then. And this is a balancing act, and things will change. And eventually you'll get more colonists, and you'll be able to designate, who's going to be the cook exactly, and who's going to be this, and who's going to be the doctor specifically, and then they have no other jobs. But for now, it is kind of a balancing act. We only have 3, and that's why you randomize a little bit, and you kind of want people to be happy. So we want him to craft as well, Taylor and Smith. That's fine. We want him to research. We don't have any of that set up yet. We want everyone to kind of be hyper aware, I guess. I would say 2 is hyper aware, 3 is aware, 4 is just kind of like, okay, dude. Of cleaning and hauling, plant cutting as well. We want them to be aware of that. You guys can help with construction, I guess. Constructing and construction in one word. We do need growing done as well, because that is a priority right about now. Get that started. Hopefully everybody's kind of occupied, and we'll get some growing zones. You go into your zone and slash area spot, Go to your growing zone, and you just go ahead and find a spot. Now, the thing with this is, you can see here where my mouse is on the screen. If you look in the bottom left, you can see that it's grass, it's 83% grown, it's soil, and the walk speed is 87, and the fertilization is 100%, and the area is brightly lit. You can go over here, let's see this, get a good area here. Where my mouse is now, it's mud, there's no fertilization, the walk speed is reduced, and it is brightly lit. This shaded, darker area here is rich soil, and the fertilization is boosted to 140%. You can get lucky and get some of these inside your colony. That's a little too far for my farm, personally, but I am aware of it, and I could use it in the future. But I will most likely put my farm right in here, just because I need it relatively close, but you want to have some area inside your colony walls for expansion. So we can go ahead and just put down some plots. I like to do 8x8s. You can do whatever size you like, and it is a guessing game. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with, however you feel that you can manage it, or your colonists can manage it. Totally up to you. And we'll get playing there, so that way these guys are doing stuff in the background. And then I like to do 6 of them if I have it right. Ooh, some steel down here. Alright, we have a potato. Switch this one over to rice. Switch this one over to corn. Switch this one to strawberry. And then I want a heel root. And then a... where is it at? Cotton. Is it on there? Cotton, right there, I'm sorry. See, now we have... potatoes are your main staple. Rice plant. Rice grows relatively quick and has a good yield. Strawberries grow very quick, and you do not get a negative moodlet for not having a table. You see, they can eat them standing up, and they won't, get upset with that. Corn is a long game. It takes, think here, how long does it take? Corn, it's like 10 days or something. 7 days, 7.25 days to grow corn, but you get a lot of it. You do, because like real life. And then you get your cotton here, so you can have clothes. Once these guys' clothes wear out after a few days. And then you'll have heel root, because the medicine will go. People start getting hurt and attacked by animals. Things happen pretty quick. Now, we're getting a little low on food here. Everyone's kind of doing their thing. Getting things planted, I think. They're moving along. The next thing here is, what did I want to do? I wanted to get a little bit of our colony walled off here. We don't have a whole lot of steel, but we can go ahead and mine that. And I'll extend the wall, just because. Go ahead and go into our orders and select mine, and have someone mine all that out. And then they will eventually come and do that. But I do need to put some doors in here. Stick a door there, stick a door there. And then they will get to that. I just want them to have a little cantina where they can kind of interact and hang out. And not get rain on their head. Nobody wants to get rain on their head while they're eating lunch. That's kind of crappy. Eventually, I think we'll deconstruct this. We'll deconstruct all of these little buildings and walls here, 'cause it's just free materials, free materials. The game has a lot of depth to it. It really, really does. I mean, if I zoom in all the way here, when they get close to each other, they'll interact. You'll see little icons popping up, that they talked. See if I can get them to pass each other, and they're actually really interacting. The depth of that is crazy, because like our first day, those two crashed and then they broke up immediately. Homeboy must have messed something up, and she was like, "No, dude, you can't You're not providing right. You got us on a starship that crashed. How could you do that? How could you do that? Story of our life, right, guys? Picked the wrong starship. Picked the wrong starship. It crashed. Lose your girlfriend. We do have dogs. Oh, I forgot. We do get our pet. I didn't even mention that. We do have an animal. And you can go into the training tab. They do have social tab, training tab, a needs tab, and a health tab. They do have moods. They do get hungry. They do have all of that stuff that, you know, for the most part, that the colonists have. And you can train them to do things. I'm going to have someone to train him to do all of it, or her, because it's Cassandra is the dog's name, to do everything. And eventually she can haul colonists and, you know, items like wood and steel, and she'll haul into the stockpiles, which is very, very helpful. Another thing with the storage units, now that they're asleep, you'll click your storage units. You want to go to the storage option, and you want to disable rotten. Go down to corpses, allow animal corpses, disable human-like, and you'll be set up for a little while. Eventually, you may want to split all of the stuff up into its own individual stockpile, like your steel and wood, and your textiles and all this stuff, to get things just a little bit more organized. But for now, since it's, you know, just a limited fridge, we'll just keep everything in there, and we'll get everything set up. Because now the cooler is turned on, and we have some power going to it. Eventually, or we do have power going to it. Actually, yeah, we can turn the temperature down, and we want to go to 28. And then it'll keep things just under freezing. It'll create a nice little buffer zone. You can definitely turn it lower if you want, but I find 28's good for the most part. I do run into some issues, but I don't ever have to. I don't need to turn it to like negative 40 million, and mess with things. I don't know if freezer burn is an issue. That would definitely be something in this game. Oop, let me speed it up and get to morning here. Sorry about that. Jump to morning. And Veli is up. He's still not going to eat at the table because there is no table. And we got another queue here. You'll get these little queues. We do need some defenses. And we could set this up pretty quick. Let's do this. A wall there. And a wall there. We'll have to fix that, but it will work for now. And we'll just slap a door there. And we'll be okay. And once Veli gets this all mined out, we will finish the wall off. Oh, we got the table up and some chairs. Awesome. They'll get a little bit happier. And check this out. Once that room gets built, we'll put some floors in, and it'll give it a nice little homey feel. And that should make them a little bit happier. What other production things can we get set up? Because you want to keep them busy the entire time. Sculptor's table. We're not really working on art. Stone cutter. That's another very important one that we want to get up pretty quick here. The stone cutter's table means that you're not using wood and steel anymore for your structures. And that is great. You don't want to be using that stuff the entire time. Ooh, we have some visitors. I'm just going to slap it there for now. This is another part of the game. You'll get random events that'll happen, and this is just part of the storyteller. And this is just one of the positive ones. It can be positive, it can be neutral, it can be negative. These people could just pass us. They could, you know, and that would just be a neutral thing. They could be a positive thing. I see that as coming to trade. You know, they stay at our colony directly instead of just passing through the map. And then a negative where you have a raid or something bad happens. You know, clearly negative. But then you get a little information box here showing the name of the people and where they're from and the person who is willing to trade with you. And you can jump to their location, and I can see that this person is right here coming in from the bottom right of the map. And you can follow them all the way up to your colony if you want, but we're not going to do all that. Jump back here, and then, ooh, we got our wall done. Awesome. Structure. Steel wall, yo. And then we'll get some more orders up here. Get that stuff mined out. Get that mined out. We have a lot of steel here, and that's good. That's really, really good. And then the traders or the visitors will just come and hang around our colony for a little while. We don't necessarily have, let's see what she has to trade. We can click on them, and they all have the same stuff as our colonists: the social, the gear, the character, the needs, and the health. And if we go into the gear, we can see she has 200 silver, 6 medicine, a Kevlar helmet, some meals, and a shirt. Nothing really good. We could try and kill and capture her. It just wouldn't be in our best interest with the faction. If we did do that, our next event may be a negative event, and it would be a raid from her faction and trying to get her back. And that is, awesome. Another little thing that the game gives you. Get the option to name your little faction, which you want your group to be called, and then you get to name your town. It used to just be your town, but now, since you can roam and make caravans, you get to be a faction. I have horrible time picking these names. I always pick stupid names like Exploded Hot Pocket, or like I name it after my cat, like Hopperton, or just something dumb. I could name it Potville, but I'm just really bad. The faction, you know what? We're gonna be called the Mustard Eaters. The Mustard. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. The RimWorld Noobs from Noobville. How original, right? It's so friggin' original. The RimWorld Noobs from Noobville, and I won't be able to put the exclamation point. I know that. So we'll just get it going. Do something nice and cheesy and generic there. Oh, but since we are awake, we'll find who our talker is, who's got the best social skill. Ooh, we got a 5 with a burning passion. We'll get you over there. You'll select that person, you'll right-click the little trader, and then they'll run over there, and you'll get this nice trade option. And then anything they're willing to sell or buy will pop up here. We don't necessarily need anything, even though we could buy that medicine. She does have 6 of them. You know what? Let's do that, just to do it. We gotta give 150 of our silver, and we get 6 meds. Hit accept, and it just plops on the floor right there. Someone will come by and grab it, but not at the moment, apparently. Awesome. They're all digging, they're all happily working, getting some stuff up. We don't have any wood, so we have to queue up some to be chopped. And I'd like to... Ooh. I always queue up the stuff inside the colony first, and I think that's dumb. I always forget to do it outside first, because then I can queue up all that. This is potential cover for enemies. That's how I see it. And then in here, it's beauty for the colony as I see it. And if you really wanted to see the beauty, you do have all of the options down in the bottom right here. And if you want to see beauty, there it is right there. Trees give it a tree gives it what? A +4? Yeah, that tree gives it a +4 beauty. Little shrubs and bushes give it -1 apparently. But grass is a +1. Shrubs are not. Shrubs are bad. That's weird. That's kind of funny. And then you can disable that stuff. And then you can toggle, this is the zone, the characters, and you can toggle the zones. You can see that it's just like a farm, or you can see the actual zones, with all your stockpiles and stuff. And you can just play with all that. Oh, see, look, our first negative event. And it's a mad animal. This is very typical. Just jumped over to it, and it's a manhunter hare, and it's gonna attack Higgins. All right. I always toggle them to hunt. That way, someone might preemptively strike the animal. But for the most part, you just kind of wait till the animal shows up at your doorstep, and then you kill the thing as fast as you can. As fast as you can. Let's get going. Where's that bunny? Is it gonna show up? Here, is that it? Yep, yeah it is. There it is. Tracking it with the mouse. Gonna attack Higgins. Get ready, Higgins. Oh, messed the mouse up. Fire at the mouse. Okay. Alright. And he's hurt. Now, hurt colonists are a very big deal. Very, very, very big deal. We only have 3 beds currently. Which one belongs to Higgins? This one. We'll mark it to medical. And we will send Higgins to rest until healed. And then whoever the doctor is going to come along. Which is Cray. And treat Higgins. So we do not want infections to happen. The illnesses and stuff like that are very real and they're very life-threatening. They will kill your colonists very quick. And it'll just be GG before you even start. There have been many times where you get to this point, kind of, your first couple little days, and something bad could happen, and you're like crap, and you're screwed if you don't do things correctly. Mental breaks are another thing that happen. Everything can be going very well, and oops, I forgot to untoggle his bed there. That's my mistake. See, he wouldn't sleep in it because it was a medical bed still. Mental breaks are a very important thing to watch. You want to keep your colonists happy. Like I said, happy colonists, happy colony. And like I said, I wanted to get some floors in here. And you have many different options, but I like the wood. The wood floors are nice. I do want to deconstruct this stuff as well. Get some another door. Oh, we don't have any wood. Nobody's gonna plant cut. Come on, guys. What can I get you to do? If you're constructing, turn that up for you. Low food. What did I say? See, and that's another thing. We can designate that turkey to be hunted. And then what else can be hunted? All of these things can be hunted down here. All these little critters that are running around. Hunt. Now whoever is set to hunt, I can turn that up. Veli is our hunter. And he's got the rifle. He's gonna shoot that turkey inside of our cantina for us. Boom, and take it right to our stockpile. Like an awesome person. Oh, she's getting the floor in. Phenomenal. I don't think she's put a roof on that yet. Oh, whoa, what's that? We got a wanderer joining. That is insane. Things are happening pretty quick. Cassandra is pretty nice sometimes, but in the later game, once she thinks that you're established and she thinks that you got things going on, she'll start throwing some bad things at you. But let's go ahead and check out that wanderer. We have a wanderer named Gooey, alright, who's an herbalist. 61 years old. Child spy and an herbalist. Loves medicine, loves to grow, loves animals, and loves to shoot. Let's check it out. You're going to turn the firefighting up. You're going to be a doctor. You're going to shoot. No, you're not going to hunt. Oops, You can hunt, I guess. I definitely want you to grow. And then I want you to haul and clean. Don't want you to hunt either. Yeah, I guess you could help cooking. Just cause you're old. That's kind of mean. It's kind of mean. But here comes Gooey, coming in from off map to help us out. Oh, that means we gotta get another bed. And eventually we'll have to get a house built for each one of these colonists because they won't like that they're sharing a bedroom. They already don't like that they're sharing a bedroom. So we'll have to get that set up. They have their own little house, and we can't make them too small either, because if we make them too small, they get annoyed, and then they get grumpy, and we don't want that. Come on, guys, let's get going. Oh, can we get someone to... Okay, not build materials, apparently. You're gonna cut plants as well. Looks like Gooey's gonna sleep outside for the night. It'll be okay. It will be okay. Let me check my timer here. Oh, we're coming up on 25 minutes. Perfect timing. Everyone is in bed. We got our power set up. We got our gardening. You know, I think we're doing okay right now. We got some walls. I know that's not technically defenses, but we can go ahead and get that pre-planned out here, I guess. Go ahead and get to your security tab. We can set up some deadfall traps or some sandbags. I go for a couple deadfalls. Make them steel. Do a couple over there. Why not? I like them right there. And then we'll do some sandbags around the front gate. I always do that. Can't go wrong with sandbags. Did I do that wrong? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that's good. All right, we got our little defenses set up for next episode. And then, yeah, I think we're set up. We got our growing, we got our power, we got our little cantina set up, and we got a new colonist. So that is awesome, awesome, awesome job. All right, gonna go ahead and call it an episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.